Good morning, Sun Devils. Good Thursday morning. It is game day. Your Sun Devils are playing the Texas State Bobcats, and it is game day on a Thursday night special, ESPN covered. College football has never gotten better than this. We are on back-to-back weeks on ESPN. Tell us, who does it any different than we do? Literally, the most recent college football game on ESPN was us, Saturday night. And now, to start off week 3, it's us, Thursday night. Arizona State University looks to prolong their record to a 3-0 undefeated season. This start would be amazing for the energy. It would start so much momentum for the Valley, and I'm just so excited to see what is going to happen tonight. So on today's segment, we're going to have a little bit of fun in it because I watched the presser of Coach Kine, who is the Texas State head coach, and I feel like he resonates a lot with Coach Kenny Dillingham. They both are very young coaches, and their approach to running a football program is pretty complimentary. They have their mottos, their recruiting promos. They always are very introspective in the way where each game is a position for convincing more potential recruits. It's like these forward thinker head coaches, this is becoming the trend. It's if you have a good amount of experience and just being yourself, being that authentic young coordinator, and then you get that shot at the D1 level. And Coach Kine, he's coaching a great mid-major team, and even Coach Katie even said, I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting hired for a P4 position, Power 4 position within the next year. So this is going to be a really exciting game, and I just want to go over some key points and takeaways that I had from Coach Kine's presser. So one of my favorite quotes from Coach Kine, and he was very, very complimentary of our team. He was talking about how talented Sam Levitt was, how well coached he is. He was talking about how aggressive this team is. But this right here is one of my favorite quotes. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Dillingham and their staff and kind of what they're about. You can see on film the buy-in. They play with great energy, great effort. They've dominated most of the 2 games. They've dominated almost every second. So a really good opponent coming in here. Love the challenge that we got a Big 12 opponent coming to Texas. So, of course, we're acknowledged as a P4 team now, and that's a lot to a little Sun Belt Texas State team. This team, Coach Kine even acknowledged that this is probably going to be the best quarterback that they face all year, the most athletic quarterback. And so challenges array. I'm really excited to see what we can do in going into San Marcos on some away turf for the first time this year and establishing our identity. It's how is this identity going to translate in a different field, in a different stadium? And so I just want to go over this because my segment today is going to be specifically focused on coaching trees. So it was acknowledged by Coach Kine, but I think it kind of flew over our head. Coach Kenny Dillingham is a part of the Mike Norvell coaching tree. Mike Norvell is currently the head coach at Florida State, and it's really remarkable to see how long he has held that position within Florida State. He has been the head coach the last 5 years. Yeah, you can say what you want in the sense that they're 0-2 right now. They look like a struggling college football program, but they bring in talent every single year, and they put out NFL Sunday players. So you can't really tell me anything besides the fact that this is a bright offensive mind. But the coaching tree dates back to his Memphis years of being head coach for 4 years. And at Memphis, from 2016 to 2019, Coach Kenny Dillingham started as a graduate assistant and quickly became the quarterback's coach to offensive coordinator for the Memphis Tigers. And remarkable stuff because it even only took him 3 years a part of Memphis to receive his first SEC role at Auburn as an offensive coordinator. But being a part of this Mike Norvell tree, he established a lot of connections. And so within the time at Memphis, Coach Norvell, Coach Dan Lanning, who is the Oregon head coach right now, one of the youngest head coaches. He also had Coach Dillingham and a lot of other guys who are now head coaches and offensive coordinators at other prospective teams. So I honestly think it was really cool to see how the connections and the roots, they run thick. And I can't wait to see the translation in which Dillingham's just running his football program going into his second year, and to see what kind of momentum and traction we're able to build. We'll go into our next AMA segment right now, but I just wanted to go over this coaching tree, and we'll probably have a little bit more on it. All right, and Jason asks, what do you see from Sam Leavitt this week? That's a good one. What do I see from Sam Leavitt? Well, I definitely see more than 10 completions. Like, let's be real here. Not only the fact that Kenny Dillingham was like, yeah, I maybe have minimized Sam Leavitt's rhythm a little bit by spamming the run plays. So I definitely see a lot more passing schemes being executed. I like Texas State's aggressiveness with their front seven. I think they're going to stack the box. They're going to put 4 guys in the line, and they're going to try to stop the run. So with that being the case, it's up to Mr. Leavitt. Ball out, really. He's going to have to make a few reads. Jordan Tyson's going to have to get 4 catches today, 100%. You can't not mitigate this wide receiver 1 right now. They don't have as talented of DB depth, so I really can't wait to see a guy like Jordan Tyson ball out. But right now it's going to be a lot of dink and dunks. Like, we're going to have to do some play action bootlegs, giving the ball to the tight end on these nice little hitch routes, and then they'll get their yak. They'll get their yards after contact. But I think Sam Leavitt will definitely make 2 throws across the chains where they're 15 yards plus. They're going to have to convert on a 3rd and 10 at least one time tonight. And I believe in this guy, honestly. Like, he's well coached. He really is. He does give off a lot of that Bo Nix detail-oriented style, because Bo Nix didn't really have the intangibles, but he was so disciplined with his decision-making. It just made him a really good college quarterback. And, yeah, you guys can say what you want about him in the NFL. I mean, he at least had some sort of efficiency in his first outing, but this is really what it's about. It's about being decisive, and when you're a quarterback that's very confident in your own skill set and you put all your marbles in your decision making, you feed off of that momentum. You feed off that good energy of, if you make a good decision, you're on to the next play, and it's going to help you that much more. And so we got to get these guys going. I could definitely see a lot of HB screens, getting really Brown wide open. This is going to be really exciting. But yeah, I like a lot of tight end crossers and tight end hitches, and I like Jordan Tyson in the flats. I really want him to get a few 10 and outs, at least 5-yard curls. But I definitely see him getting open a little bit, and I can see a passing tutty from the guy, Sam Leavitt, for sure. But right now, it's really just about beating Texas State. I hate when people harp on the whole statistic category of football. They kind of overcompensate, because really it doesn't tell the whole story. It doesn't express what happened in the football game. And you look at the box score on Saturday, and you're like, yeah, you guys don't have a good quarterback. He's just a shell of himself. But in reality, it was just the game plan. It's similar to how Justin Fields played for the Steelers. It's just the game plan, and you can't knock a quarterback for executing their coached game plan. And right now, I definitely see that the game plan is going to be a reciprocal of what happened on Saturday, because Texas State knows we're a running football team, so they're going to do everything possible to stop that run. But I'm not worried about it. I like this team a lot. I like our defense. I like us getting a turnover on Jordan McLeod. I like us at least establishing some sort of consistency on offense, whether it is through the air, whether it is through the running game. We're going to have to be this double-edged sword. We're going to have to show that we are not one-dimensional. And it's only a matter of time until we are in a game where we're trailing. But right now, this game is even killed. It's 50-50 right now. We're going to San Marcos, Texas, and they're hungry. They really are. But like I said before in one of the previous comments on YouTube in the description, we're a driven team. Hunger is something that can be satisfied, but this team looks driven. And it's like when I see a guy like Xavier Alfred X just hyping up these guys with his pregame speeches and just seeing how interactive he's been all preseason, dude, I knew this guy was going to be a dog. Even during the spring practice, I was high on X and I was high on Rodney Bymage. And Rodney's going to get some playing time next year. He's going to be a bona fide CB1 one day. But I knew from the spring practice, X is our captain. That guy is going to be a dog. He looks like a legit NFL safety, and I can't wait to see how well he performs. And he does. He can play too high with that free safety look, and he can go in that box and play like a strong safety. It's about putting these guys in positions to succeed, and we have been doing that. I like Coach Brian Ward really just putting these alternative, unique pressures against Jordan McLeod, making him uncomfortable. But, of course, like going back to it, my guy, I like Sam Levitt. Definitely balling out a little bit tonight. I feel like his breakout game will definitely be against Utah because it has to be, right? But right now, you got to start the season off 3-0. This is an important game. A lot of playoff implications because the decision makers for the CFP are going to be looking at our out-of-conference games, and they're going to be like, oh, they handled their out-of-conference games. If we only take 2 losses in the Big 12 after this week, and we go on to the season, and we go on to be potentially 10-2, 9-3, come on, man. This team is going to the playoffs. So I'm excited because I know how beatable each Big 12 team is. But again, I am very, 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 I'm being careful with the words because you never know what could happen in college football. You never know what momentum's like in the game. You never know the players you're going up against. That's the fun in it, but that's also the mystery behind it. It's like Coach Kine could really motivate these guys. It's what was kind of giving me a little bit of hesitancy coming into this Daily Pitchfork this morning was how complimentary Coach Kine was of our team. Like, he spent his entire presser talking about how good we were. Hey, you love to hear it, right? But again, it's like the Beauty and the Beast. You don't want to just harp on the beauty. You have to look at the full story. And right now, it's like, okay, he didn't bring up anything that we struggled with because he's keeping that behind closed doors. He's keeping that low key. So they're going to give us everything they got. So Thursday night, you guys better be ready because this is going to be a legit college football game. Anyone new to the sport, this is what the sport is about. This is what the energy is like. So hopefully we got a win tonight. I'll be there to cover our Sun Devils. And more importantly, I'll be here tomorrow morning for another Daily Pitchfork segment. Thank you guys so much for watching.